So, a big news coming from North London. Alexander Isak, the Swedish sensation, 21-year-old striker playing for Real Sociedad, 17 goals and 2 assists in last La Liga season, has been phenomenal for the Spanish side, is linked with the Arsenal. So, what do you make of this move? Is this a fruitful move for Arsenal?
So first thing, he is got a release clause of 60 million pounds. And so I think that's roughly 64 million euros. A very big price tag for such a young player. And the reason I say that, I haven't seen him play very often. The knowledge that I have is very scarce. It mostly comes from what I'm able to hear online, what I'm able to hear from other pundits, what I'm able to really see on YouTube highlights clip, right? But he is apparently the heir apparent to Ibrahimovic's throne at the Swedish national side. Now, Ibra went out injured of the Euro squad. It really gave him the chance to step up. And so far, I'm not sure what he's able to bring to the national team. Even the exciting 3-2 win against Poland, he was involved, but he wasn't on the score sheet. Now, that coming in from essentially a forward attacking player was something which was a little bit questionable for me. Do you see his form really affecting his price tag of what Arsenal is going to pay for him?
First of all, I would like to say that I don't really take football comparisons seriously, because in 2011, when Ashley Young was making his name at Aston Villa, his coach at that time said that there are three best players in the world: Messi, Ronaldo, and Ashley Young. So that was the day I stopped taking football comparisons seriously. Coming to Alexander Isak, people like to compare him with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and that is a big saying. But Alexander Isak is an unfinished product. Sure, he has been terrific for Real Sociedad, amazing dribbler of the ball, is a very good link-up player, and likes to take the defense head on. So that's the thing that makes him slightly similar to Zlatan, but he's not good aerially, and we know that Zlatan is one of the best players in the air, one of the best strikers of our generation, aerially speaking. So that is where the comparison ends. I think he's at max a 40 million player. 60 million release clause obviously has to be paid by Arsenal, and reports are saying that they are interested in him. This move makes sense to me in a way, because Aubameyang has been poor for Arsenal ever since he signed the 3-year deal at North London last season. Shouldn't have extended his contract, should have sold him to Atletico Madrid and got the money. Now Alexander Isak makes sense to me because he can be under the wing of Aubameyang and Lacazette and learn from them, and slightly phase into the starting 11 at Arsenal. There are other options that I would prefer for Arsenal actually. Odson Odward makes a lot of sense. Dembele from Celtic makes more sense than Alexander Isak.
So what really stood out to me was his power. Now, he isn't built as a traditional, you can say, powerhouse forward, but he is deceptively strong on the ball. So when he has the ball on him, it's really tough for players to really take him on. Defenders to tackle him, it's a tough ask. And you said it yourself, he's a great dribbler off the ball. And when he has that, he just really needs to build his confidence. And you're absolutely right in saying that he is an unfinished product, and it kind of shows to even the most unexperienced eye when you see him play that the guy clearly has potential. It's just a matter of fact of whether he's linked with the right coach who's able to bring the best out of him. Now, at Real Sociedad, they had a tremendous start to the season in La Liga last year round, but then they kind of dropped off. So a better team with a better striker in front of him should be able to really take him to the next level, because we are at the point now that a 19-year-old is scoring 40 or so goals a season. So when you see these players who have very high ceilings, and when you see what they're able to do on the ball, but they're not yet the finished product, people quickly start labeling them as a flop, and that's where I feel like the struggle is. Now, I remember a young Rafael Leao in the exciting Lille team, and what they were doing was completely mesmerizing to watch. Now, since he's joined AC Milan, taking on to the next step, when he has been playing under the wing of Zlatan, he's really actually taken to him. He's actually proved that he is the player that everyone thought he was. But it's just a potential thing. He still has room to grow. He is a potential superstar in the making. I think same goes for Isak as well. He just needs the right leader alongside with him on the pitch who can make him into the player which I feel like most of the journalists out of Sweden are predicting him to be. They do want him to succeed, and obviously, if you're a Swedish national, you would want him to be the next Zlatan. Though I don't think that's a fair comparison because there's only one Zlatan, and anyone who is even being compared to such generational players, it kind of becomes a really, really hindered move for them. I've seen it happen to a lot of players when they're the next Ronaldos, next Messis, and they just end up disappearing out of nowhere.